What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 3 of NHL 24 Arizona Coyotes Expansion Team Series. As always, guys, thank you so much for supporting the last episode. If you also leave a thumbs up in this one, I'd really appreciate it. We're currently 1-3-3 in the preseason. Kadri there has 10 points in 7 games. It's actually quite impressive. Now, if you guys missed the last episode, I'll show you the Stanley Cup winner here. Unfortunately, it was not us. It was the Florida Panthers. The Capitals won the year before. Now, you have yet to make the playoff, but last year we literally missed out based on a tiebreaker. I think Vegas, same amount of points as us, but more wins. We were also 1 point back of Utah, who, of course, was the original Coyotes team. So, kind of a heartbreaking miss. Hopefully this year we can finally get in. So I think our team's definitely good enough. I saw some of you guys commenting, might have a run to cup here. I don't know if we're quite that good, but hopefully we can be a playoff team. So first line there, you got Teravainen playing with Kadri, Velarde getting a +5. They look pretty nasty. Second line, you got Besser, Duchesne, and Kaliev there getting a +4. They're all 87s. Third line's like a young gun line. You got Demidov, Nickel, and Forster. We actually called up Claremont there to the third line. It'd be all rookies, but Forster's just, too high rated. If Claremont does grow, I could move him up. He's playing with Bork there and Lusterainen on the fourth line. Defensively here, we got Jacob Slavin, who just signed as a free agent. Playing with Nikishin, we made a big trade for on the top pair. You got Hannafin, Miller on the second, and then Vlasic, Bernard, Docker on the bottom. Goaltending-wise, we also signed Devin Levi for some reason. Buffalo let him go to free agency. I don't understand that one. Allen felt backing him up. I mean, the goalies are looking good. In terms of the special teams as well, like power play 1 there should be pretty solid. They get a +5 in power play 2, looking a lot better than years past. 4-man +4, 0 there. Definitely like better chemistry after bringing in a new head coach. That's another thing that should definitely help us out. First years, I think we had like a B head coach. Now we have a A+1. Also, too, like the assistant and the associate are A+ in the power play and the PK respectively. In terms of the AHL team, even looking pretty solid. You got Gabe Perreault on the first line there with Dvorsky, Maggio, Ho-Sang still there, obviously. Led our team in scoring the 1 year. I mean, overall, looking like they should be solid. Defensively, Joseph 81 leading the way. You got Willander here, 79 high top 4. Hopefully pushing for an AHL spot soon. Also, too, Merkley, he's like a sim god in AHL. Kane Primo, there's our AHL starter. So, like I said, hopefully both teams here in the playoffs. Also, you guys, I mentioned it last episode, but with Oshie leaving, we had a alternate captain spot open. I decided to give that to Jacob Slavin. He's a big name free agent coming in on defense. Bit of a veteran at this point, I think. Definitely would fit him. So we're gonna get started here, guys, with the sim. I'll first show you the ratings. So we got 96 offense, 90 defense, 89 goaltending. If you guys missed the last couple episodes, I'll quickly show you what the jerseys are looking like, and let's get started. And actually, guys, we got some big decisions to make at the start of this season. As you can see at the bottom there, we have just under 10 million in cap space, but a lot of big name players need extended. So first here, Gabe Velarde, we cannot extend. He's on a 1 year, but Kaliev there we could. Also, I don't know. I've seen like 3 or 4 different ways to say his name in the comment section. I believe it's Kaliev, which I'm actually basing on a suspension video. I feel like the NHL should know how to say a player's name.
Tuesday night in Los Angeles. Kings forward Arthur Kaliev.
He wants $8 million on a 2 year. That's like a bridge. 87 overall. Oh my gosh. Long term, it's like 11. I don't think we can pay him 8. Like, we're already kind of overpaying Teravainen, who's making 8.2 as an 87. I don't think I can pay him what he's asking. Luckily for us, he's still going to be an RFA. Nikishin here, someone said I got to get locked up. He actually already extended by the Hurricanes there. 2 years at $6 million bucks. I think it's a pretty solid bridge deal for him. And the only other player we actually have to extend is Allenfeld, who, if it's cheap, yeah, 2 years league man, I might as well. Even if we trade him, they'll actually improve his value. I was going to say, didn't have the greatest numbers last year, but if he'll take 800K, that's definitely worth it. There we go, guys. Allenfeld did say yes. Wow, look at this, guys. Utah here trying to make a big-time trade with us. John Carlson, who literally ended our season last year in the shootout, along with Lawson Krause, for Devin Levi, Zane Parekh in a second. Just on principle. I'm not saying yes to that. Plus, honestly, don't really need Carlson on D. Wow, another team offering us their number 1 defenseman, Dougie Hamilton a third, and Carrier for Levi and Dvorsky. I feel like Levi, we're going to give a shot, at least for 1 season, see how he does. And again, our defense is solid. Now, Kuznetsov's being offered us for Gabe Perreault a second, and Stranges. Again, I'm keeping our young players. Like, we're trying to build, a bit of a dynasty here. Still have 6 years to try and win a cup. Don't want to give away all of our futures. Like, why would I give away a medium top 6 for 3rd and 5th? And it's kind of funny, guys. The Carolina Hurricanes are trying to trade Jacob Vrana back to us with a 3rd round pick. They want Rodney there, medium top 6 plus Stranges. I'm gonna say no. We're almost at the end of December now. Again, Devils trying to trade us Dougie Hamilton. Some of these AIGM just don't take no for an answer. So currently playing pretty well. As I say that, we get a loss, but at the end of the month here, we are 22-15-1. Currently 3rd place in the division, but it's very close. Grizzlies there on our tail. Only 2 points back. Only have 2 games in hand. Predators, Blues, high 30s. Look at the other side. Oilers, Flames, 36. I mean, we do have a pretty good lead on them, but still, definitely can't get, too complacent. AHL team again playing well, 19, 12, and 7. They definitely been a big surprise for me. I thought we were just not going to have the depth to have a good AHL team. Ryan Merkley, almost a point per game, pretty much all assists. NHL-wise, it's Teravainen actually leading the way, the thumbnail boy, the captain. He's got 43 there and 38. Also, mostly assists, 9 goals, 34 assists. Geez. So we'll keep simming. I feel like, the team's fine for now, but if we're still in the same spot at the deadline, definitely going to look to add. Now, this is an interesting offer, guys, from the San Jose Sharks. Mario Ferraro here and Patrick Kane for Zane Parekh in a second. Definitely saying no because, again, defense is solid. Patty Kane, though, I mean, could potentially see if we want to add him. Okay, that's not good. We got 4 straight losses heading to the deadline. Luckily, get a point in the last game against the Blue Jackets. Still holding on to wildcard spot, 69. We are only 1 point back the Grizzlies, but they have 3 games in hand. The Blues behind us, 68. Central's doing a lot worse. The Flames there actually have less points than us. Second place in the division. So, should be able to add here safely, hopefully. Definitely going to be close again. Kadri's popping off. He's got 77 points right now in 64 games with 40 goals. AHL team Dvorsky. I love seeing that from the young player. 51 and 62. Okay, so like I said, we'll get to the deadline. It's definitely going to be like conservative buyers. Try and make 1, maybe 2 moves that hopefully kind of push our team over the top into a playoff spot. And look at the trade block here, guys. You got Mackenzie Weegar, Trevor Zegras. Interesting. Why with the Ducks? Like, Zegras could end up being the best player on our team. He's 89 overall already, which I think is higher than everybody but Kadri. John Carlson's still on the block, even though Utah's in a playoff spot. Anderson there, so the Flames are trying to trade away their 2 remaining good defensemen. Brant Clark, okay, he doesn't usually become available. That would be nasty. Dougie Hamilton, Seth Jones, Thomas Hertl, Taylor Hall. Chicago just traded Taylor Radish there. They also got Lawson Krause available. So I'm eyeing like a good young player, Trevor Zegras, Brant Clark. If we can make that trade happen, I think it's definitely worth it. Interesting offer here, guys, from the Rangers. A medium top 6 in Connolly and a 4th. 2/3 in Havlid. I'm going to have to take a look here at Connolly's age and rating because that could actually be like a really good prospect we're getting back. 2075, 2-way forward. Havlid is 2277, high top 6. Oh, man, this is a tough one. 2/3. Honestly, I think Connolly is too average to justify this. I feel like we have other guys like him. And I've been saying how we have pretty good defense, so I'm going to try and make a trade here for Trevor Zegras. I think that'd be pretty cool, bringing him to Arizona. Now, what are we going to have to give up? Potentially, I don't really want to have to give up Nickel or Claremont. Hopefully we can get away with maybe like one of our elite goalie prospects. Also, speaking of goalies, let's see how Levi's doing. Are you kidding me? 893? 88 overall. Like, I don't understand why high-rated goalies just do not perform. Allen Felt at least better numbers this year as the backup at 907. Now, we do have Ravensburg in there. We also got Fedoruk, Van Ryn. All 3 are medium elite potential. Wow, look at this trade offer, guys, we just got from Utah. Lawson Krause, 2 5th-round picks. For Allen Felt, 2 seconds. Kolosov. I don't understand why Utah's trying to sell while they're literally in a playoff spot, but I'm going to say no to that one. Interesting, guys. Ethan Gauthier now being offered to us by the Lightning with a 3rd. For 2/3 in Havlid. So basically it's Havlid and a 3rd for Gauthier. I mentioned last video. I don't understand all the same pick swapping here. Gauthier should be higher rated than the other guy. Yeah, 77 overall there at 21. This is the kind of trade where I was saying it actually might be worth it. Defensively, not great, especially for a 2-way forward, but he's got a good shot. I mean, Havlid, what is he? 2277 with less potential. I think this is worth it. I think Gauthier's going to have a better chance to be an NHL player. We're giving up 1 3rd-round pick. I'm going to say yes. And now next year, guys, the trade I'm trying to make with the Ducks to get Trevor Zegras, Devin Levi, Bernard Docker. As I mentioned, we signed Levi 6-year deal. Thought he could be the goalie for the future. But, 88 overall. He's got an 893. He's already got more wins than last season, but he's got a worse save percentage. Our defense is good. I don't understand it. Allen Felt's got decent numbers. I just have such a short leash with goalies. Bernard Docker, I think Willander will probably replace next season. He's making 4.2 for 4. I think he's got the lowest amount of ice time per game of all of our defensemen. So if these 2 guys can get a Zegras, plus we also get Dostal back, who will just back up Allen Felt, which isn't too bad. His save percentage, 889 is an 82. Literally almost as good as Levi's on a 26 and 31 team. We'll see what the Ducks say to this. Might have to throw a pick in. Trades rejected. Okay, fair enough. This year we do have a good amount of picks. Let's try just throwing in the Penguins 3rd to start. Quite far off still. Try making it the Penguins 2nd. They're still saying quite far off. Alright, maybe I have to throw in one of the medium league goalies. Ravensburgen, 1 year younger than Fedoruk there. We got in the 2023 redo draft. We'll try Van Ryn first though. And they actually say it's only a bit off in value, so we'll try throwing in one of our 5ths as well. And there we go. Okay, so if this trade goes through, we're calling up Joseph. I would actually like to still bring in a defenseman, just a rental. I think Willander, keep him in the AHL for one more season. Although Joseph's already there, 81. Honestly, might be fine with him on the bottom pair. Like, it's not like he's being asked to do too much. Wow, look at this, guys. Maple Leafs are offering us Beckett Sinek for a third, a fourth, and Olsen. I mean, I was actually trying to potentially get Beckett Sinek end of the first round. It just wasn't worth it for us. But 2073 medium top 6 for, yeah, third to fourth Olsen. AHL defense definitely going to get depleted here, but you got to take advantage of a trade like that. I don't know what the Leafs are thinking. All right, guys, and now next year I'm actually trying to make another trade with the Anaheim Ducks, offering up Buster Ryan. Reason being he's 82 overall, -9 this year. He's going to be making $3 million next season. We got guys who can play the fourth line for cheaper. Also adding a medium top 9 prospect there in Myers, medium top 6 defenseman Kolosov. For Cam Fowler, who's definitely overpaid, but he's only got 1 year left. 8th year overall would be an improvement on Pierre Joseph. Definitely not trading Allen Felt for a second. He's now our starting goalie. So I'm just going to double check that Fowler does not have an extension, because if he does, that would absolutely screw us over. And no, he does not. So this trade, I think, would actually help us out, save money next year, plus give us a defensive boost this season. And the Ducks say yes. All right, so I mean, a couple trades there with the Ducks. I think teams should be poised for a playoff run. All right, guys, the trade deadline's now over. We'll take a look and see what other moves got made. I feel like our trade for Zegras is probably the biggest one. As I say that, I mean, I know he's older now, but Detroit Red Wings acquire Anze Kopitar. That's big time. With a third-round pick. They gave up Dylan James there, another prospect. Chicago gets Tyler Seguin in the twilight of his career, but still a big name. The Ducks there got Nico Huhtinen, who I mentioned is elite potential now. They only had to give up Zykov, plus they got a second-round pick. Our trade for Sinek, I kind of forgot about that. I think we fleeced the Leafs there. Drew O'Connor goes to the Sabres. Let's see, Drew Helson, the Wild, our trade for Zegras. Tanner Molendyk there going to the Sharks. Preds get Athlon to CU. Tyson Barrie goes back to Nashville. Our trade for Ethan Gauthier as well. Like, yeah, we actually made quite a bit of moves. Labushkin there going to the Red Wings. Patty Kane to Montreal with Luke Kunin from the Sharks. They get Logan Mailloux. Jeff Skinner to the Oilers. Maybe finally play some playoff hockey. Evander Kane returns to Buffalo. Oh my. Kuznetsov to the Flames. Very busy deadline. Hurricanes got Rasmus Anderson. They also had to go up 2 second-rounders with Kuznetsov. That's a huge trade. Chandler Stevenson to the Stars. Golden Knights there got Riley Heidt. Lucas Cormier to the Sabres. Kulich there to the Vegas Golden Knights. Ferraro to the Jets. Reinhardt's Grieva to the Golden Knights. Still, brothers aren't playing together. Barbashev to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Of course, Taylor Radish to the Capitals. That was the first trade we saw. Wow, very, very busy trade deadline. Yeah, you can see, going to have a lot of blockbuster trade alerts here. David Perron on waivers, making $3 million. He's still an 81. Two-way forward. Defensive awareness, though, 78. For us, the only spot from is a fourth line role, and unfortunately not going to fit there. All right, guys, so after the trade deadline, here's an updated look at the team. First line staying together because they're playing so well. Teravainen, Kadri, and Velarde. Second line's now Besser, Zegras, and Kaliev. I feel like they should do really well. Zegras obviously a bit higher rated, so kind of an upgrade on Duchesne, who's on the third line center, playing in between Demidov and Forster. Fourth line, you got Claremont, Nickel, and Bork. So hopefully that's decent. Defensively, obviously the only change is actually Joseph on the bottom pair now. I was going to have Fowler there, but I'll show you guys quick. If he subs in, we actually get a -2. So at that point, he's the same rating as Joseph, but also he's bringing down Vlasic's rating. So it makes more sense to leave Joseph in. Kind of wasted, I guess, the trade for Fowler, but whatever. It was worth the risk. Allen Felt again as a starter. Dostal there backing him up. In terms of like the power play and stuff, pretty much, all the same. Zegras, of course, though, is going to be playing a lot of power play. So he's on the second power play there as well. He's on the second foreman. And then in terms of the AHL team, the forward group, more or less the same. We did bring in Ethan Gauthier, of course. Now, defensively, we're kind of getting screwed over. So, raise look at the top four. I think, Merkley Lander's a pretty solid top pair, but we actually got 2 forwards playing bottom pair D. I thought they'd have, like, a couple of those, like, 50 or 60 guys they just plug in that are, AHL-only players on your contracts. But maybe because this happened at the deadline opposed to the beginning of the season, they did not fill those in. So, hopefully those forwards can play decent defense. And then goaltending, Peretz here is actually having an unreal season. I didn't realize 9-1-4. He's actually getting more of the starters than Kane Primo, so we'll see if he can keep it up. All right, guys, so the regular season just ended. As you can see, we made the playoffs for the first time in franchise history. That is like, the new Coyotes franchise, finishing third place there in the Central with 99 points. So we playing Jets in the first round, which is pretty cool because, of course, the Jets became the old Coyotes. I also, too, want to show you guys, after the trade deadline, I just got to add this up here. We went on an insane win streak. So you got 3 wins there, 4 more wins, that's 7. You then have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 straight wins before we lost in the shootout to the Oilers. Like, that is pretty crazy. So clearly bringing in Zegras helped out. Unfortunately, though, we actually lost the last 3 games of the season heading into the playoffs. But hopefully that means, like, the players got all their bad games out of the way. AHL team here, second place in the division. They're 1 point back to the Senators. So they're also playing really well. Like, 51 wins on the season, 112 points. looks like, yeah, they finished second in the division and the entire league. Dvorsky there was their leading scorer. NHL-wise, it was Kadri, 1 point shy of 100. That'd been awesome to see. He also had 48 goals. Kadri there, if he had 50 goals, like, that'd been so sick. What a trade we made for him. I mean, the fact, like, 48 and 51, like, that's pretty incredible. Teravainen there, 90 points. Again, that's why we gave him the C. I think he'll definitely go up to at least an 88, maybe an 89 after this season. Kadri's 35. He should at least hold his rating. He better not drop. That'd be so dumb. Besser there, point per game. He could also go up. Velarde's 77, so good to see actually Besser playing second line, putting up that many points. He is, of course, on the first power play. Kaliev there, 71. Thing is, we might have to trade him just because I'm not sure if I want to pay him. Plus, we got, good young players coming up. Zegers had 70. With us, he had over a point per game playing second line, so awesome to see that. He was also a +9. Much better plus minus than with the Ducks. Duchesne 64, Forster 54, Nikishin 52 as a D-man. You take that. Demidov 48 his rookie season, playing third line. Kind of sucks. Like, he was playing second line. Wasn't able to get the Calder, but he was also only 82 overall. You still never know if it was a low rookie scoring season. He could. Hanifin even 46. I think, yeah, overall, really happy with everyone did. Allen Felt, they gave him the starting role. 901 he finished with, so his numbers actually dropped, but still, they're higher than Levi's, so I think we take that. Dostal there, 889. Let's see, as our backup, he only played a bit. He had a 9-5 with 1 shutout. So, yeah, pretty good once he actually got some games with us. In terms of the AHL team, again, Peretz was really good. 8 shutouts, a 9.8 on the year behind Dvorsky there. Merkley had 66. This Gudic guy, 65. Hosang was doing well. So, yeah, overall, can't really complain with them either. And are you kidding me, guys? I just took a quick look at Devin Levi to see his stats. He finished the year with a 9.14. Okay, so that was with the Ducks. He had an 8.93 with us and a 9.14 with them, even though he was 500 record. Like, the Ducks defense is worse than ours. I just don't understand it, but it is what it is. I think, Zegers will probably have more of an impact. I guess we're starting off with the goalies here. And Newman of all people, 48 wins. He's 85 overall, okay. Save percentage here for goalies. Mers Lincoln's 917 in terms of the starters. And then goals against here, it's going to be Montembeault. Rookie skaters, we're just going to go backwards here. Celebrini with the Flames, 85 points. Rachevsky there, Hagens. Demidov 4th, so not too bad. Defensive scoring, Cale Makar at 116 points. Are you kidding me? Just ridiculous. And then in terms of all skaters, McKinnon led the way with 124, then Rantanen, and then Makar. So just the Avs' big 3, literally leading the league. Then at Panarin at 4. Kadri was 5th, though. Like, we take that. Miller, Nichushkin even, 95. Kucherov, Kachuk. In terms of goals, it was Panarin 60. He's a playmaker. He put up 60 goals. McKinnon, Rachevsky. I mean, Kadri was still on that first page. Celebrini at 46 goals his rookie season. Did they put him back in junior last year? They did. Wow. So I guess that was the move because he came in and immediately tore up the NHL. And in terms of the entire league here, guys, the Avs win the President's Trophy, 122. We got 5th place, though, 99 points. Utah Grizzlies, that's kind of funny, tied us there. Also with 99. Boston, Toronto, they might play each other in round 1. Washington kind of gets screwed, 15th there. Missy with 90. Dallas gets in at 17 with 86. Last place in the league is the LA Kings, 65 points. I still don't really know why they'd be trading Brent Clark. Goals for, we were actually second behind the Avalanche. We'll take that. And then goals against here, the Montreal Canadiens were the best. We're not the top of the page for the best, nor either the bottom. So somewhere in the middle, I think. Goaltending defense that can still be looked at for us. And like I said, guys, in the first round of playoffs here, we had the Winnipeg Jets, who got Connor Scheifele and Toffoli on the first line. Rachevsky here playing with Jamie Benn and Perfetti on the second. Petrano, Lowry, Pavelski. Of course, Pavelski was with us for 1 season. Atkinson, Lambert, Niederreiter. I mean, tons of stars, tons of depth defensively. Morrissey's now at 90. Schmidt, Honola, Ferraro they traded for. Forbert, Dumoulin. Goaltending here. Hellebuck's still their starter, and Yorkie backing him up. This is a good Jets team for sure. Definitely going to be a tough series here. Hopefully, though, we can come away with our first playoff series win. The first 2 games, though, are in Winnipeg. See what happens. 5-4 loss, 6-3 win. I'll take 1-1. Head home now to Arizona, and it's a 5-1 win, a 4-3 win. Let's go. So after losing the first, we've won 3 straight, and we actually win 4 straight there to beat the Jets in 5. Moving on to round 2. Let's go. And we're going to be playing the Avalanche. That is the President's Trophy winning Avalanche. So a very tough test here in round 2. Besser's popping off, though. He's got 8 points there in 5 games. Also, guys, I just happen to be looking at the Ducks defense here. They have a literal 70 overall bottom pair. Bernard Docker's second pairing for them opposed to bottom. And again, Levi's putting up better numbers. I don't understand it at all. So, Avalanche still have Taze McCarr, Manson, Girard, Behrens, Brody. Offensively, Nichushkin, McKinnon, Rantanen that first line. Lehkonen, Duran, Middleset on the second. They then have Colton, Bukestad, Yeti Gord, Fast Camp Donato, not bad at all. Goaltending, they got Anunez 85, Riddick backing him up. I mean, yeah, they didn't spend too much on goalie. Have a sick top D pair, sick first line. So hopefully we can get lucky here, guys. First 2 games are in Denver, and the Avs win the first one 2-1. We actually answered back 4-0 shutout win. Let's go. Next 2 games at home, Arizona. 4-1 loss, 5-4 OT loss. That was a close game. Needed to get that one to tie up the series. Can we force game 6? And we do. 5-4 OT win. Can we force game 7? And we do. 4-1 win. Head to Denver now. Game 7. Winner moves on to the Western Conference Final. Here we go, guys. First period. Oh my gosh. We're down 3-1. Kadri gets our lone goal. Ranton, Nichushkin, Donato. And it's now 4-1. I feel like I can safely send the period. They're shooting us 26-12. We get 1 goal there from Besser, but our team to just not show up here in Game 7. I thought we might have had the momentum there after winning 2 straight. Unfortunately, the Avs were the better team. Also, too, guys, should take a quick look at the AHL team here, who again is a first-round exit. Like, second best team in the league, and they lose to the Marlies in 5. What the heck? And the playoffs are now over, guys. The Pittsburgh Penguins actually win the 2026 Stanley Cup. If Dubas can somehow make them a Stanley Cup champion in 2 years, then he definitely deserves, like, GM of the Year award at the minimum. Also, too, that's pretty cool. Like, Crosby, you know, getting another one. Minnesota picking first overall, so they're going to get Gavin McKenna. Sharks, they're jumping from 6-2. LA, unfortunately, picking third even after finishing last place. And look at this, guys. We traded for Zegras. He actually led our team in playoff scoring. 14 points in 12 games. We'll take a look at Allen Felt, see what he did, because obviously, you know, could keep him, could not, in terms of our starting goaltender. Velarde was a point per game. Kadri, Besser, Teravainen were all close. Kaliev there, 7's not bad. Definitely could be better. Nikishin, -4, 6 assists. Take a look at the goaltender stats. A 9-1 save percentage, 278 goals against for an 84 overall who are about to be paying league min. Definitely can't ask for much more. We're looking at the playoff tree. Wow, how cool is that? You had the Penguins versus the Avs, Sid versus McKinnon, and the Penguins actually swept them after beating the Devils in the first round in 5, Rangers in 6, the Bruins then in the conference final in 6 as well. Next, you guys will take a look at the awards. So, Stanley Cup there goes to the Penguins, President's Trophy the Avs. I mean, both teams had very good seasons. McKinnon, Art Ross, and the Hart. Makar, James Norris. The Avs just cleaned up. Makar, Lady Bing. Celebrini, of course, with the Calder. Barbashev, Conn Smythe. Interesting. You got Montembeau with the Vezina. Also got the William Jennings. Then you got Iorio there to build Masterton on the Capitals. Flames coach Jack Adams. You got McDavid getting a Selke trophy. Okay. McKinnon, Ted Lindsay, and then Panarin there with Maurice Richard. In terms of the AHL awards, Hartford there won the Calder Cup. And because we got second in the division, even though we were second in the league, we literally take home no trophy. Individual points here, Jacob Perreault, most points and league MVP. McGroarty there, most goals. Okay. Potter, best rookie. Lassie Thompson, best defenseman. Corpusalo, best goalie. Down in the AHL now. Tough contract. Clark, who we traded away, got MVP of the playoffs. I mean, it is what it is. Perreault, sportsmanship. Ottavine in their community involvement. And then finally, Corpusalo also had lowest goals against. And next year, guys, we're taking a look at retired players. Corey Perry finally calls it a career. Zach Parise retired a couple years late. Jared Dano, Sam Gagne, Foligno, Goligoski, Mark-Edward Vlasic, Matthias Ekholm, Patty Maroon. I mean, honestly, you know, a lot of everyday NHLers here calling it careers. Goaltending-wise, really nobody of note. And now before we get to the draft, guys, I first want to take a look at contracts because I believe Zegras does need a new one, and yes, he does. So $25.89, making 6.5. He played well for us. He wants 11.4. We do have $23 million. That's on a bridge. We do need him for at least 5 more. That's 14. Again, Kaliev, he's up to an 88. He wanted 8 before. Now he he actually wants the same amount of money, even though he went up in rating. I don't know if we can fit all those guys in. Velarde as well. Can we look at his number? It's 9.6, which is kind of what he was asking for last year. He's actually gone up as well. He's now an 89. So we cannot fit all those guys. We can maybe fit 2. Also, Cam Fowler, of course, he'll be coming off the books. Goaltending, luckily, Allen Felt making league min. Dossel's also only making 960. I don't mind running those two. I just noticed too, guys, Besser's actually an 89 overall now as well. So a lot of good growth on this team. Tyson Forster even is an 87. Like, come on. And he's only making 2.25 for the next 2 seasons. Like, that's an amazing contract. Also, too, Demidov now 85. Like, wow. Matt Duchene 84. Might have to actually trade him. All right, guys, we're at the 2026 draft here. Gavin McKenna is projected to go first overall. And actually, McKenna just got taken. Sorry. I was looking at something during their pick. But as I was mentioning, Ryan Rubeck there going to go second. You got Zachary Boss, Noah Kosick, Fedorov, Birchild, Boychuk. So top 7 guaranteed medium elite. Brady Wasselin here going to go number 10. He was actually first overall pick in the OHL by the Spits this year. Hoping for big things from him. Just trying to see. Okay, so this Ukrainian winger could be elite potential. I mean, probably is when he's NHL ready. He's going to go 14, 15. Basically, I'm looking to move up in this draft, as I'm probably going to have to trade Kaliev just because we can't afford to keep him, Velarde, Zegras. And I think being a sniper, Demidov could take his spot. Taking a look at gems, you got an enforcer defenseman. You don't see those too often. Guaranteed medium top 4. Greer there, going to be a late first round pick. Boychuk, I mean, not really telling you much. Austin Ball, we already have enough goalies. Wow, low franchise. I want to take this guy just for fun. Maxwell Lau. Joey Ginla, I think he's a medium top 6. I'm not positive on that. No guarantee medium elite's going to go late. You do have Korluck there, though, 3 out of 5. Harry Thorne there as well is 3 out of 5. Going to be like 92. It's like a late third round pick. Now, we could try and trade for the 7th overall pick here, guys, that the Preds have. The only thing is, we're going to giving Kaliev to a divisional opponent, and I think we can still get an elite later. So Detroit there has the 11th pick on the block. All right, guys, so right here I'm trying to trade Kaliev to the Detroit Red Wings for 11th overall plus Sandin Pellikka. And this roster's only got medium top 4 potential, so nothing too crazy. Could just, be added to one of our defensive prospects. Again, Kaliev, 88 overall, very good, but somebody's got to get traded. So I think Demidov could take his spot. See what the Red Wings say to this. Trades accepted. Okay, so I wouldn't mind, staying at 11, potentially getting that Ukrainian winger, but also could move up to 7 to get Riley Boychuk. Let's just see who the Ducks take. Fedorov. So Boychuk there, only weakness, must bulk up. He's got all A's, 2 B's, NHL ready, Patty Kane, 3 guaranteed X factors. Plus he's a gem compared to Korluck here. Hopefully I'm saying that right. No weaknesses, all A's. Oh my goodness. And it's guaranteed all A's. Let's see, similar style Patty Kane, NHL ready. No guaranteed X factors, but he actually looks like he might be the better player. He's supposed to go 14, so I think we can safely take him at 11. And that way we don't have to actually move up to get Boychuk. So yeah, we're just going to sit pat here. Sim to number 11. Let's see. I don't even know what's supposed to happen there. Bjork there at 10. Hermanson to the Blackhawks. Wasslin to the Blues. Boychuk does go to the Preds. Take a look here. He's 79 medium elite playmaker. 5 X factors. He tore up juniors there. But all right. Take a look now at our guy. Hopefully he's over 79. Made the right decision. Let's see. Korluck here. Kirill Korluck. And 79 medium elite. He's actually the exact same, but he's a 2-way forward. Couple X factors, stick him up, and all alone. Definitely does have more balanced stats. So yeah, we got basically the same player. Didn't have to trade up anything to get him. Plus we made sure to get Kaliev not only out of our division, but also out of our conference by trading to the Red Wings instead of the Preds. And I just saved our next pick here, guys. End of the first round. Bumgarner there, taken by Utah. Again, they've not had, great drafts. So I'm thinking here for us, could take Rudolph, guarantee medium top 4. Chris Chelios, 2-year NHL ETA. Could also take Greer, who's a gem. Matthias Ekholm, 2-year NHL ETA. Let's see, Rudolph's got 5 B's and a D. Greer here has 4 B's, a D, and a C, but he is the gem. Still, though, Rudolph's ranked higher, so I'm going to take him. We'll see if we made the right decision. 69, medium top 4. That's actually not that bad. Late first round pick. Curious if any other elites went after we took our guy. Lynn there, high top 4 to the Capitals. Not a bad pick, but no, it looks like we had the best pick kind of in the mid-first round. And our next pick won't be till 66, so hopefully can get somebody good there. I do want to see... Now, Greer went with the first pick in the second round. He's a 68 medium top 4, so the guy we took was actually 1 overall higher. Ginla there was actually only a high top 9. Bonder, 73 medium league goalie of the St. Louis Blues. That was a nice pick, early second round. So we'll see what we can take here, guys. Number 66. Lemieux's number. We got to make sure we make good on this pick. I mean, next highest for us is Thorne. Kind of taking him early. We're not going to get any value trading back. Let's just take him. Harry Thorne. And that was actually the last pick in the second round. 51 medium elite. Let's go. That's a steal. Harry Thorne. Come on. Defensive defenseman. Our next pick here, guys, is in the 5th round. Not too sure what we got left for pins. Tarnstrom. I mean, I'd be kind of taking him a little bit early. Sort by potential. I mean, Lindback. Honestly, could just screw the rankings. Let's take Tarnstrom here, and then we'll take maybe Lindback the next one. 49, medium 7th. Not ideal. I believe Lindback was ranked in the 200s. Yeah, so we could take him here in the 6th. 55, medium bomb 6. All right. And our next pick here, guys, in the 7th round. Obviously, those last 2 picks weren't amazing, but picking late, you got to get lucky. Keeling, low top 4. If he is in the 7th, that's actually really good. And he's a low top 6. All right. I mean, whatever. I feel like we had a really good first and second round, so I'm happy overall with the draft. All right, guys, we're now in the re-sign phase. As I mentioned, we got $23 million in cap space there. So Zegras, Velarde need to be re-signed. Should both be re-signed. Just in case, I'll make sure to start off by qualifying them. Zegras here, 7 years, $11 million, 89 overall. I mean, it really does not get cheaper no matter what we give him. So 89, he's elite potential, so he could definitely get up to a 90. See if he would take like 7 years, 10 million. Leaves us 13 there for Velarde. He wants 9.5. We do only need him for 5 years. We're gonna have to play hardball with him again. Let's try 5 years at 8.5. See what he says. We then have $5 million, and honestly, I don't really think too many guys to resign. Duchesne we'll keep for this season, I think. Next season, let him go though. Joseph, it's either gonna be him or Willander as the 6th defenseman. And you guys can see all of our defensemen are actually under contract. Kester there we'll keep just for the AHL team. Merkley as well, just because he sims so well. Actually, he wants 1.2. I mean, honestly, though, he does dominate the AHL. If we'll take, like, 1.1, which I think we can bury the entire thing, then might as well. Perek as well, finally going to be joining the AHL team, it looks like. He's getting his first contract. And then in terms of goaltenders, Allenfelt, Dostal, both under contract. The fact our goalie tan is making under $2 million is crazy. Peretz was good this year, but we have the goalie spots for him. Kershier, 2072, medium starter, has to be signed, and I think that actually gives us 6. I think we're gonna have to let go of Peretz. Primo honestly might trade as well. Then we could potentially rock Marketing and Kershier as the 2 AHL goalies, let them grow a bit. And Korolek here, guys, I think I'm gonna sign to be in the AHL. Should be a good player there, 79 overall. Now Hosang here's 30. I'd like to bring him back. He's also asking for like a lot as just an AHL star player. All right, guys. So Zegers rejected the offer, wants to test free agency, even though he's an RFA. Velarde also rejected, so we offered them too little. I think the rest of the players are just AHL. Hosang and Merkley coming back though. Perek there accepted his entry-level deal. So yeah, we just got to figure out a way to get Zegers, Velarde under contract. For Zegers here, let's try 10.5, and then Velarde, let's try like 8.75. So I'm giving them each a bit more money. I'm also giving them each the years they want. 7 years for both. There you go. Zegers did say yes. Velarde though still holding out for more money, so might have to play hardball with him. I feel like 89. I'd really like it to be under 9 million. Okay, last offer, 8.95 for Velarde. Still said no, so yeah, we're gonna have to play hardball here during the summer because 26 doesn't have the potential that Zegers does. I don't think it makes sense. All right, guys, so another free agency period. Curious to see what players are available. Barrett Hayton there, Alex Ovechkin, Velarde, of course. You also got John Carlson, Brent Clark, but yeah, he's an RFA, good. Brad Marchand, Steven Stamkos, interesting. Tarnstrom there, another RFA. Claude Giroux, Iaffello. Okay, so definitely some big names. We got to make sure we get Velarde under contract, which means probably can't afford any of them. Goaltenders were good, but I'm just kind of curious. Joseph Wolves there, 83 overall. Again, didn't like play too well for us. Take a look here at two-way goalies in case there's an elite. Luckily, there's not, so good to see AIGMs are learning. In terms of two-way players, you do have a medium top 6. Morozov, 26 years old, 80 overall. He's a playmaker, 93 passing. I think if anything, this guy could just be like an AHL superstar. Do a 2-year leagueman deal. We could also bring Killer Yamamoto back to be in the AHL. I think just because, you know, people say it looks like me, why not? And Lassie Thompson, who I think just won AHL Defenseman of the Year, if I'm not mistaken, put up a ton of points last year, 25.78. The Sens don't re-sign him, even for the AHL team. Quite interesting. We'll do 2 years there. We actually do need another AHL defenseman, so it could work out really well. And Gabe Velarde is actually tied with Carlson as the top free agent available. I'm just going to keep offering them kind of similar money we already did. Sometimes just them being in free agency changes how they view your contract offer. It doesn't make a ton of sense, but just the way it is. And now next year, guys, I'm just training a few players we don't really need anymore. Denisenko and Gruel in the AHL. They're both 26. Kane Primo, like I said, going to let the other AHL goalies get some playing time for a 4th round pick here with the Stars, who have tons of contract spots. They say no. They said a bit off in value, so we can probably just get a 5th rounder instead. And there we go. And we just got an offer here, guys, from Minnesota Wild, Barbanov and Kaiser for Jang in a second. Definitely do not need Barbanov in his $5 million contract. We got tons of forward depth. I got a new AHL assistant coach there. Some new scouts. Every summer you want to make sure and check. These guys were all A or A- overall. Yamamoto's coming back, the AHL team. Lassie Thompson also accepted. Same with Morozov there. Waiting to hear back from Velarde. And he decided to reject, so we just got to keep, making offers, and hopefully he'll eventually accept. And now this is kind of funny, guys. The Blue Jackets here offering us Line A and 2/4 for Thorne there, who we just drafted. Elite potential defenseman in a second. I'm just kind of curious what Line A is looking like at this point. 85 overall now. He had 53 points last season. Sniper there. I mean, contracts are not bad, but we just don't really have a spot for him, so gonna say no. And so we're in August now, guys. As you can see, Velarde is still the top player available. All the other high 80s have been signed. Patrick Kane's actually the next best player. So his ask is down to 8.2, but it's a 1 year. So we could just keep doing these 1 year deals, although he'll actually be a UFA if we do this. And look at his price on a long term. It actually gets more money than before. Let's see. Honestly, at this point, we might as well just wait another month and hopefully can make something happen. All right, guys. So Gabe Velarde's price has come down to $6 million for 1 year, just under $6 million actually. We need him for 5 more. Jeez, 12.7. Just so annoying because we actually have, like, you know, the money to lock him up long term if it was reasonable. You know, the 2-year deal isn't terrible on him though, so maybe we'll try 2 years here at 8.5, and hopefully that gets it done. And there we go, guys. Velarde finally said yes. We still have like 5 million cap space as well, so we should be in a pretty good spot. And now this is interesting, guys. We're getting ready for next season. The Leafs here offering me John Tavares for Rodney, Ravensbergen, Rudolph, Keeling. They want a ton of prospects. They're also adding a 3rd and a 4th. I mean, I don't really have a spot for Tavares. I'm kind of just curious what's his rating at this point. Making 5 mil. He's still an 86. Sniper, good face-offs. I mean, I think they're asking for a little bit too much, but still kind of a cool offer. As we're at the start of next season, guys, trying to trade Hosang and Genique here to the Devils. Going to ask for a 5th. Don't need either of them on the AHL team, so just looking for something. They say yes. Show you guys what both teams are looking like now. I think definitely playoff teams for both. NHL team hopefully can make an even deeper run. So as you guys can see here, we're looking pretty stacked. Teravainen in there, first line, with Kadri and Besser now. They're going to +5. Seconds now, Demidov, Velarde, Zegras get a +5 as well. It's the top 6, maxed out Chem. Third line here, Dalibor Dvorsky's making the team. He's playing with Matt Duchene, Tyson Forster. They get a +1. And then the fourth line there, you got Claremont, Maverick Bork, and Jalen Nickel. I feel like definitely a lot of depth, you know, star players emerging here. Tons of guys who were like mid-80s, now a high 80 just because they've simmed well with us. Defensively here, Slave and Nikishin, top pair. Nikishin, I think, is actually the highest value player on our team now. 91 overall, elite potential. Definitely going to have a zone ability soon. I kind of feel bad for Carolina. Like, our top pair is literally 2 of their former players. Our captain's a former Hurricane, but I mean, it is what it is. Second pairing there, you got Miller, Hannafin, Bottoms, Willander, Vlasic. So the defense still looks good. Goaltending-wise, Allen Philp, Dostal. It's a nice little cheap tandem, which is obviously what we like. In terms of the AHL team, so you got Korluk there, we just drafted, lead potential guy. Play on the first line with Morozov and Gauthier. You got Yamamoto there with Spiridonov and Gutic, Maggio, Rodney, Perreault, Sinek there, playing with Stranges, Heavy Bulin. So a lot of guys that could make the NHL team soon. Defensively, you got Joseph Perek on the top pair. Perek's probably pushing for an NHL spot next season. Kester there with Merkley. Pelika there with Thompson. AHLD looks very solid. Goalie-wise, Markin actually grew, which helped us out. He's now 79. So, like I said, both teams are looking good. Hopefully, AHL team can finally make it out of that first round. I can't believe how unlucky they've gotten. And in terms of the ratings, guys, for next season, we've got 99 offense, which is awesome to see, 91 defense, and 83 goaltending. So, should be a fun season. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit sub button down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.